Gojo will become the final boss of Jujutsu Kaisen, and here's why. The idea that Gojo could end up being the final villain in Jujutsu Kaisen is not new. In fact, this has been speculated since the chapter in which he first appeared. It has been hinted at several times, even if it was presented as a joke, such as that he might have gone crazy in that prison realm. Even though it is funny, it was still a possible foreshadowing. With this, the creator actually introduced the idea officially in the first place. Until then, it was just speculation. And let's face it, why should it be a bad thing? Gojo is extremely cool, I wouldn't mind it, if it's done right. Gojo has consistently been viewed as the most powerful character possessing the most formidable ability any Jujutsu sorcerer can have. This trait is usually associated with a typical serious villain, whose power must be overcome to save the world, a common theme in many manga series. Additionally, Gojo's complex personality and worldview add to this intrigue. He was deeply impacted by his best friend Geto, who has unfortunately strayed from the good path and was ultimately taken down by Gojo himself. However, during their time together at the Jujutsu school, Geto implanted various ideas into Gojo's mind. Even though Gojo seems to have ignored Geto's advice, this is an important part of his past and he must have thought about often. Even years after Geto died, I'm sure of that. Take into account that Gojo had an opportunity to stop Geto but chose not to. This suggests that Gojo was deeply affected by the thoughts and suggestions Geto shared with him. So it's plausible to say that Geto's influence shaped Gojo into the person he is today, including the one who made the drastic decision to eliminate almost all the elders in the Jujutsu society. This isn't something just anyone can do. Even though it could potentially improve the world, Gojo's actions reveal a capacity for ruthless decision-making that demands a lack of empathy. When he speaks about taking lives, there's absolutely no hint of remorse. And don't get me wrong, it's tough to feel sympathy for individuals like the elders, who may not be the most virtuous. But still, Gojo's way of explaining his actions goes beyond a simple understanding of right and wrong. It seems as if he did what he felt was necessary regardless of whether his targets were good or bad. From the beginning of Jujutsu Kaisen, there were strong hints that Gojo was considering the idea of overturning society. However, he realized his plan would be useless without any supporters. So it's not like something happened that changed his perspective, he was always like that. He just waited for the right moment. Therefore, there must have been a catalyst, a reason that set him on this path. The only plausible explanation I can think of is Geto's influence. Their goals might not be identical, but we can't deny that something Geto said might have shaped Gojo's aim. And we are all aware that Geto's plan was evil. So I believe the essential question is, to what extent has Geto's perspective shaped Gojo's view? Are their plans significantly different, or might they be more similar than we currently think? The fact that we don't know his true goal adds more weight to the speculation in my opinion. I firmly believe Gojo can't just be the strongest and defeat everyone. It just doesn't align with the narrative. As the sensei, Gojo plays a crucial role, but he's not the hero. He shouldn't be the one to bring down Sukuna, that should be left to Itadori. If Gojo were to defeat anyone, Kenjaku, who inhabits the body of Gojo's best friend Geto, would make much more sense. And this is where it gets a little complicated. If what I have said is true, something must happen to stop Gojo from fighting Sukuna. However, I find it hard to conceive a scenario in which Gojo would willingly withdraw, or let Itadori take his place. Such an action would be entirely out of character. Also, it seems unlikely that Sukuna will simply allow this. It's evident that they both seek the title of the strongest in the world and won't rest until one of them is defeated. Additionally, Kenjaku might have a pact with Sukuna, potentially forcing him to fight Gojo. So we're facing this situation. They both really want to fight each other. But due to the plot, Gojo can't actually defeat Sukuna because that's Itadori's mission. That leaves only the possibility of Sukuna killing Gojo. In this scenario, Gojo dies, Kenjaku seizes his body and the 6 eyes. and officially becomes the main villain. Itadori could then beat Sukuna using the power likely gained from consuming the remaining cursed wombs, possibly even fully gaining Sukuna's power. The entire Jujutsu world could then confront Kenjaku with the 6 eyes. This will cause Gojo to disappear from the series, causing the extreme imbalance to disappear as well, but his physical form will continue to exist. This will connect Gojo's fate with Geto's in a very poetic and beautiful way. Additionally, the actual main characters will finally be the only focus of the series. The main villain will officially be the most powerful and will have to be defeated with united force. This all sounds very plausible to me. However, I'm not claiming this must happen exactly as I've described. Perhaps Gojo will survive or maybe something else will happen. The fundamental idea is that Gojo is simply too powerful to play a supporting role in the main character's story, period. I've noticed that some people suggest that the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen mentioned Kenjaku wouldn't be able to possess Gojo's body. Even if he wanted to, I've checked this claim and can confirm that it's false. The question wasn't whether Kenjaku can physically take over Gojo's body, but rather why Kenjaku didn't take over Gojo instead. The answer is simply that he's too weak to do so. Kenjaku is said to be capable of taking over anyone he wants, including the dead. He could potentially seize Gojo's body, but to do so he would have to kill him because there's no way the 6 eyes will let Kenjaku anywhere near Gojo. So the only option is for Kenjaku to kill Gojo to take over. That's impossible. Gojo is way stronger. Kenjaku does however show an interest in the 6 eyes and recognizes its tremendous power. It's not a stretch to think that Kenjaku's ultimate aim might have been to find a suitable person with the 6 eyes, to steal their power, not in a fight but by allowing the king of all curses to battle them. When Sukuna beats Gojo, Kenjaku could easily take control of his body and gain the power of the 6 eyes. The creator of Jujutsu Kaisen did not say that this could not happen. There's no denying that this could have been part of Kenjaku's plan all along. He clearly admitted that he's too weak to beat Gojo, therefore he follows Sukuna like a dog on a leash. It should be obvious that the fight between Sukuna and Gojo is therefore important for Kenjaku and he has planned it from the beginning. So either Kenjaku wants to take over Sukuna's body or Gojo's. However, it doesn't matter if he takes over Sukuna's body and then tries to defeat Gojo, and then take over Gojo's body, or if he hopes to take over Gojo directly. Either way, Gojo has to die so Kenjaku doesn't die himself. If you enjoyed this theory, then please leave a like, it really helps me a lot. And if you want to see more Jujutsu Kaisen videos, then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.